Alright, hopefully you guys can hear me pretty good. Maybe. Possibly. I gotta charge my my battery bank here. And I gotta charge these. Yeah. Okay. So, let me just go ahead and get this out here. Some of y'all have drank the company, the ROEHL company Kool-Aid. And I can tell. I can tell. Some of y'all are some ROEHL fanboys. It shows in the comment section. And yeah, I am a classy person. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you say to me. If I can't defend myself, if I'm just going to let you guys say whatever you want to say, and I can't defend myself, what does that tell you about me? Well, I'm not that person. I will defend myself. I'm not saying it to my regular subscribers and the people who actually come over here to enjoy the channel and to enjoy the videos that are on the channel. I'm saying that to the trolls out there who think they know everything and anything about the trucking industry and what's actually going on with me. But some of them, and I can tell, they have drank the ROEHL Kool-Aid. And I don't care what company I go with. I'm not drinking their Kool-Aid. I'm not doing it. Now, I will tell you this much right now. The company that I plan on going with, this will be my last opportunity with them. So I'm gonna make it count. Am I gonna make it a career with them? I don't know. Am I gonna make it 6 months with them? I don't know. I have no clue. Oh, God, excuse me. But I don't know. We'll just have to wait and find out. Not every company is the same. Every company has its rules and regulations. But some of the rules are just, some of the rules and regulations for company drivers, it's just stupid. Like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Like, why would you keep somebody out there? Like, so, okay, let me just put it like this. Okay, let's say you're running low on hours. You're gonna start recapping. You know you're gonna start recapping. But you have an opportunity to take a 34-hour reset. Now this is a topic, and I'm only gonna say this one time. If you need a 34-hour reset, there is nothing on God's green earth that is gonna stop me from taking a 34-hour reset. No load, no dispatcher, no load planner, no fleet manager, no fleet manager's manager, no CEO, nobody. If I want to take a 34-hour reset, I'm going to take a 34-hour reset. The only reason that I would take a 34-hour reset, and this is to be honest with you, the only reason I would take a 34-hour reset is if I needed a serious break, or I needed to do some restocking of the truck. And those two come hand in hand. If I need to take a reset, it's for a good reason. Not necessarily because I want to, it's because I have to. Got to restock the truck, but I'm not going to take a whole day off and not take a 34-hour reset. Why would I do that? Last time I was in Gary, Indiana, I got there Saturday night. I got the load off Saturday night, and I bobtailed over to find an empty trailer, and then I sat all day Sunday. Sunday evening, I get a load plan, or pre-plan for a load, and good well and knowing that I had to take this load, because if I don't, they're gonna try to scream and yell at me for not for denying the load, or rejecting the load. But exactly 32 hours out of a 34-hour reset. It's going to start me out 2 hours shy of a 34-hour reset. I have to start up my clock 2 hours shy of a 34-hour reset. And they knew that this was the case. They knew it, and they did it anyways. Yeah, I had to get home, but I could have taken a 34, and it would have gave me a little bit more time. Those extra 2 hours probably would have given me a little bit more time. Well, actually, it would have given me a little bit more time to get home, instead of me getting to my park point down at the house with 15 minutes left to spare on my 70-hour clock. It just didn't make no damn sense. Nothing they did made any sense. And then with the personal conveyance and everything, I understand personal conveyance, okay? I understand that you cannot, on personal conveyance, you cannot go towards your next load or delivery or whatever with personal conveyance. The reason behind personal conveyance is so that you can either stay off duty and move to a safe and legal location to park, or you can stay off duty and go grocery shopping or something else. You know, you take the truck over to go a little bit closer anyways, instead of taking an Uber or a cab or or something like that over to pick up groceries or having the groceries delivered to you. You can actually go and walk around and take your time and get your groceries. I understand personal conveyance. I know how personal conveyance works. And if you still got plenty of time left on your 14-hour clock, you can still use personal conveyance. But these companies, like ROEHL, they want to dictate every little thing. They want to micromanage every little thing. Let me give you another example of the personal conveyance thing. So here I am at a shipper, and I get loaded, but then I get loaded, but was I getting loaded or unloaded? I was getting loaded. I think I was getting loaded. No, I was getting unloaded. No, I was getting loaded. It was cans. That's what it was. It was loaded. Real light load. I got loaded, and of course while I'm getting loaded, I run out of hours sitting there at the dock. And this is my 14-hour clock, mind you. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I have the personal conveyance somewhere. So I called my fleet manager and I said, hey, look, I said, there's a Petro down the way. I said, it looks like they got plenty of parking down there. I said, well, I'll just head down over there. Well, there's a Pilot closer. Yeah, but look at how many spaces it has versus how many the Petro has. She goes, well, that doesn't matter, it's closer. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. Well, the thing is, if it's paid parking, we will reimburse you since you're on personal conveyance and you're actually having to move over there because of, time on the clock or whatever. We will reimburse you for the paid parking if you find a place over there to park. I'm like, that doesn't matter to me. Like, it doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is there's plenty of room to park. There can be plenty of spaces at this Pilot. But the problem is, a lot of people don't like parking in those parking spots. So they'll park next to the parking spot. They'll park in a place where it's more convenient for them, but it's not more convenient for me to try to back into these spots. I've seen guys give up on a spot just because it's a really difficult maneuver trying to get into there, and they're afraid they might hit somebody. They don't want to hear none of that, though. They don't want to hear about that. If it's a safety issue, they don't really care about safety. Because if they really cared about safety, then they would listen to the drivers a little bit more. And it really wasn't a safety issue. I mean, I knew I could park in any spot they had down there, but the thing is, I wanted more room, to kind of stretch my legs a little bit. But of course, I get there and there's only 2 paid parking spaces left, and that's it. And of course, I barely snagged one. But here's the thing: if I'd have got there and there wasn't no spaces left, I would have had to call back up. I'd had to. Where am I going to park? Where am I going to park at to call and say, hey, the spot is no longer available? Where am I going to park at to do that? Am I going to go out on the street? Park out on the street? Do they want me parking on the street? No, they don't want me parking on the street either. So where am I going to park to give them a call to say, hey, this is what's going on? Just so I can get another PC move over to the place that I said, would have been a good spot to begin with. It just doesn't make any sense, guys. Like, the stupidity just doesn't make any sense. And I know it wasn't my fleet manager telling me that. It was her telling me this, but I knew who was behind it. I know who's behind it. It's not her that's behind it. It's the gurus upstairs that are behind it. And that's what really aggravates me. And then I was at another thing. Extended breaks. And I understand that a lot of people they don't understand the extended breaks. Like, if you know that you got to be at a particular place on time and you take an extended break and you fail to get to that place on time, Oh my God, excuse me. Wow, that came out of nowhere. Then you were at fault. If 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 you take an extended break and you were late for your appointment, that's on you. That is not on the company. That's on you. But if I get to, let's say, I like to use this as an example because this is something that actually happened to me. If you get to about an hour away from a shipper or a receiver, and you got enough time to take an extended break. Let's say you got 10-hour break plus about 6 hours on the back end. 5 hours before you got to be to the shipper to be there on time. Or 5 hours to be there early enough to be on time. So let's say your appointment's at noon the next day, but your 10-hour break ends at 5 o'clock in the morning. You still got from 5 o'clock in the morning, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 5 hours before you start your pre-trip. You want to be there about an hour early, so you're going to start 5 hours later in order to be there an hour early to your appointment. Most places will take you an hour early. There are some places that will only take you 15 minutes early. Some places will take you super earlier than that. So if it says on the thing you can arrive early, then by all means, get over there early. Deliver the load early. It'll be a whole lot better for you on the back end because then they can find you another load and you can down the road. But no, these guys want you to do an exact 10-hour break. Go over there and sit somewhere, like on the street outside the shipper, or probably on the property somewhere there for about 5 or 6 hours, or maybe go in there and try to be a work-in way before appointment time. And that's what they want you to do. And personally, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing it. If I want to take an extended break and I don't want to be there 5 hours early, I'm not going to be there 5 hours early. If it says that you can be there early, fine, I'll do that. But if I don't have to be there if I have to be there at a specific time to be on time, I'll be there at that time. It's that simple. I don't understand. I really don't understand why these companies try that crap. They think that they're getting away with something by doing that. But I'm not exactly sure what it is, except for micromanaging the driver. That's it. That's all that matters at that point. You're micromanaging the driver. So then you've got them spying on you. Now I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, well, that's not right. They're not spying on you with that camera in that truck. Oh yeah, they are too, and they can. Oh, it's run by a third-party company. No, not with ROEHL apparently. ROEHL's got control over that. They can see everything that goes on in that truck. Let me tell you how I know this. I parked at a receiver one night. I parked across the street from a receiver in a dirt parking lot. There were 2 other rail drivers there before me and a couple other trucks sitting there. There was enough space for 10 trucks. There were 7 trucks total there. When I got there, I made the 8th truck. It was a dirt lot. It's not, it wasn't that big. You know, like I said, 10 trucks. You could fit in there easy. And I parked there overnight, and the next morning, a couple hours after I'd started my pre-trip and went over, got the empty trailer and everything, the next morning I get a message come across the whatever you want to call it, their PC, their Qualcomm, whatever the hell you want to call that system. And basically it said it was I don't know if it was a mass message, but it was definitely a message directed at me, and probably those are 2 other drivers that were in the dirt parking lot there, to stay on the hard top, which means stay on the asphalt or the concrete. Don't get off on the soft dirt side of the road or whatever. Okay, well, I understand grassy areas, places with soft dirt, like really soft dirt, but I want to say about 80% of the places we drop and hook at are dirt yards. So if you don't want us parking or going to a dirt yard, don't send us to a company that has a dirt yard. If we want to park on the side over there somewhere out of the way, and it's a place where you can drive on and it's solid ground, actual solid ground, because if you get off on the median, on a highway or something, that's when you're going to sink into the dirt. Okay, if you get off on the soft shoulder of the road, you're going to sink into the dirt there. A place that's made for trucks, you're most likely not going to sink in. And if you do, well, I don't know what to tell you, because I've never been to a place where a truck can get sunken into the ground, and it's a hard ground. I mean, yeah, I've seen a few places with some craters, airbag killers, but as far as soft dirt, I've never seen a place where you can park a tractor trailer with soft dirt. I don't see that out there. So the only way they could have known, the only 2 ways that they could have known that I was actually parked in that spot, or anybody else was parked in that spot, is if they checked my GPS on the truck, or they checked the camera. I guarantee you they probably checked the camera. Because if you check the GPS, a lot of times when you check Google Maps or something like that, Google Earth or whatever, it doesn't show you like exact, you know, of what's going on in that area. It doesn't show you exactly what is in that area. Okay, so that's another thing. I can't believe I'm even talking about this, man. I don't know. And then I get to another receiver, and the time on it said anytime after 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, that wasn't the case, because apparently the appointment time was like at a specific time, and I didn't know that. What was on my information was totally inaccurate. I get there, and the people who were actually supposed to be unloading my trailer were gone for the day already. And so I called up the fleet manager. I'm like, hey, look, you know, I can go ahead and move the trailer down to the yard. That's where I'm going anyways after this. I'm going to the yard. Let me go ahead and take the trailer to the yard, and I'll stay there tonight. Well, we gotta wait for, You can't park there? I was like, no, I can't park here. I'm like, there's no parking here, no staging here, no overnight parking, nothing. You cannot park here. That's the argument that I made. And it's the truth, because there were signs everywhere telling me that. Plus, on top of that, I talked to the people on the inside. They said, no, you cannot park there. You cannot stage there. You have to move off the property in order to do any kind of business other than loading or unloading at this facility. I said, okay. Called up my fleet manager. The fleet manager was like, well, we have to get permission for you to move down the road. And I'm like, why? Why do you have to get permission for that? I'm not that far from the yard. I was like, it wouldn't take me that much to get down there, get situated, and all we're doing is we're sitting here just wasting time. Like, why does it take a freaking committee to make a decision? Why can't I make a decision to move the trailer and the truck down to the damn yard so I don't have to worry about this crap no more? I just don't understand it, man. Like, it takes a freaking committee to make any kind of decision for the driver to move that truck. And it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. I've been doing this, and like I told her, I said, I've been doing this long enough. I said, I know that these people are not going to unload this trailer. They're not going to unload the trailer. The people who are supposed to unload the trailer are not here today. It's not that I'm trying to get out of work doing work. It's that I'm trying to get this damn trailer moved to a safe and legal location to where somebody else can bring it back over there the next day or 2 days down the road or whenever they have to reschedule for, and they can get it unloaded. I just don't get it, man. It takes a committee to do anything. All right, then, I mean, fuel routes, sure, no problem. I understand fuel routes. Fuel routes are fuel routes. I'll follow the fuel route. I'll follow the fuel. Maybe not exactly the route, but I will follow that fuel. So if you give me a specific fueling location, I'll get there. And 95% of the time, it'll take me down the route it's supposed to take me down. Sometimes my GPS will take me around tolls. Sometimes it'll take me through tolls. I don't get what the problem is. I really don't. When I need to go, like I picked up at a receiver. I was 43,000 pounds. Anything over 30,000 pounds, you need to weigh. So I actually moved the truck up the road about 12 miles to a Love's, and this was up there just north of Chicago, up in the I can't remember what the hell the name of the damn town is. It's right there north of Chicago, though. There's a Love's, there's a Petro, and I think there's a Pilot there as well. But the Petro, man, they got nothing but paid parking there. And the Love's that's up the road just maybe about a quarter mile, it's got all free parking, I think, for the most part. But every time I go up there, it's always full. So I have to always freaking go to the damn Petro. And the only thing I pay for at the Petro, I won't even buy a soda at the Petro. I'll go in there, I'll pay for the parking, but I ain't gonna pay for anything else. I won't do it, because that's a waste of freaking money, man. All that parking out there, and it's like every bit of it's paid, and it doesn't matter what time of day it was, it's never full. Like, people just don't want to pay for parking there. Especially if the company doesn't pay for the parking for you. But anyway, so I go up there and I weigh the truck and trailer, and everything is all good. I start heading back south. The other day, it was a few days before I turned in the truck, Matter of fact, it was the last day that I actually worked. And I called up, or actually I got a call from them telling me, hey, I got a call from my fleet manager telling me, hey, you know, there's a charge on here for a toll at such and such place. I'm like, oh yeah, I know, I understand that. I said, I understand why they're saying that. I said, but I had to go weigh the truck and trailer because I was 43,000 pounds added to me, and I said I had to get it weighed. I said, there's only 3 directions you can go after you get loaded. I said and none of them are towards the receiver. I said, so you can go diagonal, either left or right, or you can go the opposite direction of what the delivery is in order to get the weigh. And they know this, but they want to fight with you anyways and say, oh, well, it's still a toll bill. I don't care about tolls. I don't care about the toll. I don't. So with that being said, I went up there, I got weighed, I started heading down the damn road. I got the load where it was delivered to. They don't care. They just care about that. They just want to micromanage every single thing. So they got to throw out there, oh, you got a toll, a little bit of a toll here that we didn't agree to pay for. Okay. Do you want the load weighed? Well, you could have asked permission to go up that way and before you decided to do it on your own. What the hell am I doing out here then? Why am I out here? Like, it doesn't make any freaking sense, man. Like, I just don't get it. Why am I out here? It blows my freaking mind. Then they're talking about, oh, well, you got an illegal yard move and all this other stuff. I knew where this was going. I knew that eventually at my 3-month mark, or my 90-day mark at the company, my days were limited anyways because I wasn't following their rules. I don't give 2 shits about their rules. I don't. Because their rules are to benefit them, not me. Personally, I think that companies like that shouldn't be in business. I think they need to go away. They need to go away the dodo. But I got one more thing before I end this video. I got one more thing that I wanted to talk about. So here I am. I'm getting ready to bring the truck back, and I call up fleet manager. I'm like, hey, I'm bringing the truck back. I said I'll be leaving out of here probably about noon. I said, you got until noon to find out if I gotta go snag a load or something, take it to the yard or whatever. I said, but at noon I'm taking this truck and it's gonna be up there at the yard. I said, I'm deadheading regardless up to the yard. And she goes, well, I got to ask permission for that. I was like, no, we ain't doing the permission thing no more. I was like, I will be taking this trailer up to the yard and the truck up to the yard in Conley, Georgia. Yeah, I wasn't playing around no more. No more committee was gonna. I gave them till noon, but she sent me a message not too long after I got off the phone with her. They gave us permission to go ahead and deadhead up there. Okay, didn't matter to me because regardless, it was going deadhead anyways. It didn't matter. At noon, it was going to deadhead anyways. So there's that. And then of course, as soon as I get there, you know, I turned in all the stuff that that I got from them, all the locks and all that other crap. Turned all that stuff right there. I'm supposed to get some kind of reimbursement for that. But basically, before my carcass was even cold, because I quit, right? Before my carcass was even cold, man, they had already shut me out. The app, the ROEHL app, yeah, it was already closed out. The only thing I can access is what is it? My paycheck, my pay stubs and everything. That's it. That's all I can access now. So they didn't take them, but I mean, as soon as I hit the damn yard, basically it was done. Turn in your badge and everything, and you walk out the gate. There is no gate that you can walk through to get to the outside. You have to actually go up to the main gate, hit the call button, stand there and wait for them to open the gate and let you out. So that's how that worked. But yeah, so that's where we're at. That's why I quit. If you watched the video all the way into this point, I want to congratulate you, because that means you're actually watching the videos. But anyways, hope you guys did find it informative. Hit the like button and subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. It's been fun. It's been real. And I'm out.